Who do the Niners need to let go besides Jimmy? That's a good question.
Yeah, I think the one guy that nobody talks about, but I don't think he's reliable. I don't think he's a guy they need to bring in. That's Weston Richburg. And everybody says D Ford easily, but to me, the thing with Weston Richburg, it's not that he isn't a very good player when he's healthy, but he's had 2 injuries where I totally question if he can come back. I don't even know how they were just putting out that he was going to come back this year from the patella. And Javi Vega, who everybody knows, he made a really good point. Him and Jason Aponte both made a very good point to me. They said the last guy to come back from a patella was Victor Cruz in the NFL. And that injury basically ended his career. And he was a receiver who isn't bending down every single play and has to anchor, which Weston Richburg has to do every single snap he takes in the NFL. And I just don't think he's somebody they can rely on.
Yeah. So hold on. What's the list of people who's Weston Richburg, D Ford, Jimmy Garoppolo, Richard Sherman?
Those are the big.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent, but those are the 3 big contracts you can say probably because they already moved Cohn.
Again, Jerick McKinnon, a free agent, but he's not coming back.
No.
Tevin Coleman, free agent. I don't think he's coming back, although maybe if it's real cheap, they seem to like him. So maybe
he is excellent in pass pro, something the Niners backs have really struggled with. He is phenomenal at that. But I think Tevin Coleman also
he's a gunner.
He has been doing a good job as a gunner, but I think he's a guy we haven't talked about the wear and tear getting to him. He's had a lot of lower leg and type injuries too. I mean, last year his ankle wasn't the same. I remember the year before because he was on my fantasy team. He was always questionable in Atlanta. So he's also had a lot, and he runs high, right?
He runs
straight up, right? So he's going to take more hits to his legs. And so he's another guy where I look at it and say, how much football does he have left? Because we could be sitting here critiquing Tevin Coleman's run game, but the guy just might not be healthy anymore.
I don't know if you remember, but when he came out of Indiana,
he was fast.
The pro comp for him was Darren McFadden because of the speed and the upright running style and the skinny legs. And Darren McFadden was pretty good when he was young. But again, you take enough hits on those tiny little legs, you know what's going to happen. You're going to lose your speed. And maybe that's what's going on with Tevin Coleman a little bit. He's not young. He might be almost 28. I don't know. So anyway, good question. I think those are the one. I can't think of anyone else. I mean, what about Robbie Gould, another free agent? They gotta see it one more. If he does it again next week, they gotta worry.
The thing with Robbie Gould is that the thing with kickers, right, is that you don't know if he's gonna make the kick when you're down 2 and you have a 48-yard field goal. With Robbie Gould, you have confidence that he's gonna hit that kick, which is why I think they'll play it conservative and just keep him because they don't want to get into the kicker market because that's a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, because then you're just one step away from Cody Parkey on your team, and then what? That's true.
I mean, the Niners had to go through it with David Akers, right? And it's not like you have any good kickers just waiting in the market, right?
No, it's not like the market.
The competition that they brought in and they had him on the active roster was Billy Cundiff, who's most famous for blowing a playoff game for the Ravens when he pulled the 38 or 37-yard field goal totally right. So you're not going to get better at kicker, which is why I think Robbie Gould will just be safe.
Luca has asked this question 35 times, so let's answer it. Luca asks, Grant and Vish, do you think that we could sign, we being the 49ers, T.Y. Hilton and sign him over the offseason?
No.
Absolutely.
One, I think to me, he feels like an Indianapolis lifer.
Yep.
2, I think his contract will still be like the type of contract Pierre Garçon got when he came from Washington to the 49ers. He's still a pretty solid player. And 3, what is he really going to be on this team? He's not going to be the number 1 receiver. He's not going to be the number 2 receiver. He's not going to be the number 3 pass option. He's not going to be maybe even the number 4 pass option. I think they can simulate that deep speed by getting Travis Benjamin and having him come back. Hopefully he's not opting out and they can bring him back. And all of a sudden they have a deep threat and a returner.
It's a run-first team. They're at their best when they run more than they pass. And to me, I like their receivers. I mean, Ayuk and Debo is a terrific 1-2 punch. And then Richie James as a number 3, he's not the best number 3 receiver in the league, but I think Niners quarterback's passer rating is like 115 when they target him. He's pretty good considering that the tight end is the number 1 receiver on the team. The backup tight end is good too. The fullback's a receiver. The running back's a receiver. they're fine with weapons. That's not an issue. What they need is to spend their money elsewhere.
And their offense starts from the run game. They want to marry the run with the pass. And the run game is the way, like, it's not just the quarterback that they're protecting. They're also protecting their offensive line by being able to run the ball. So it's all going to start from the run game. So getting a guy like T.Y. Hilton to have him stretch the field on a couple different snaps every game and do things like that, I think you can approximate that for a lot cheaper with Travis Benjamin.
Oh, yeah, he's still on the team.
Yeah.
I forgot about Travis Benjamin. Did he get hurt or did he opt out?
He opted out.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be huge for them next year.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about Travis Benjamin. Good call. Any other questions? I want Travis Etienne.
I do too.
He's really good, but you don't need to draft a running back with a top 50 pick. You don't, because you know he's going to get hurt.
I disagree here. Okay. I say, so this is my take on running backs. I say draft one, top 10, first round, top 50, draft one. Do not give him a second contract. He's going to come out. If he's that good, he's going to be ready day one to be a marquee contributor. Ezekiel Elliott was that. Todd Gurley was that. Just don't give him the second contract because his body's already going to wear and tear from the hits in college, the hits in high school, and the hits in the NFL. But from day one, he could elevate your team to a different level. Like, imagine if the Niners had picked Dalvin Cook instead of Reuben Foster. Now, maybe Dalvin Cook still tears his ACL, but when he's healthy, Dalvin Cook would have just transformed this offense where it didn't matter who the quarterback is. Just turn it around and hand it to Dalvin. It would be like Mike Shanahan with Terrell Davis. That's how it would be for Kyle. So I do think that a running back can be transformative, but I just don't think you give him the second contract because then he becomes overpaid and injured and not worth it.
And also, we just talked about all the needs the Niners have. Running back is not high on that list.
Mm-hmm.
You can always get better running backs and more running backs, and you can't have enough. But if they spend a top 50 pick on a running back this year, I think that would be questionable. Even if it is Travis Etienne, good player.
Also with Travis Etienne, are people saying top 40, top 30? I've seen him play. With his receiving skills, his route running ability, his violence, his speed, there's no way I don't think that guy passes. He's going to be I know Najee Harris is good, but I think when he runs a 40 and stuff at the combine, I don't think this guy's going to go in the second round.
Ooh. Are Etienne and Harris going to be first round picks?
That's what people say, but the projection now is totally different from the projection a month before the draft. But I don't understand like how this guy, people are saying top 40, top 50.
Harris is really good. I was watching him because I was scouting. I've been really scouting Kyle Trask, and I was watching that game between Alabama and Florida, and I was trying to scout Mac Jones as well. But all I kept saying is, geez, Najee Harris, my goodness. I don't think Florida really wants to tackle that guy. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's a man.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be as good as Derrick Henry, but he looks kind of similar.
He's different. He's lighter on his feet.
He is lighter on his feet.
He has really natural hands. He catches the ball so well. They're both really good.
Yeah. Kid Thrax says mock draft from you and Vish. Let the Senior Bowl happen first, and then we will do mock drafts. That's a good idea. Don't worry.
Right. I'm not a mock draft guy. I go through, like, I just try to look at draft prospects I write and I know I like and I hope for, and then I look at it. But the thing about me is that usually, even if I'm disappointed with who the Niners take, like I was disappointed when they picked Mike McGlinchey over Tremaine Edmonds, 5 minutes after the pick, I'll convince myself. I'll be like, hey, Mike McGlinchey's the guy. This is going to work. This is going to be great. His rookie season, I'll be like, all right, he's still the guy. This is going to work. This is going to be great. His second season, I'll be like, he's getting better. This is going to work. And then until I have to, I won't let it go just because I'm a fan.
That's where I wonder if we're at with Javon Kinlaw, because fans don't admit it until year 3. Year 1, it's like, come on, he's a rookie. What do you expect? He could improve. And then year 2 is like, he's still a second-year player. He did improve a little bit. He went from no production to a little production. Imagine what's going to happen year 3. And then year 3 happens, and it either happens or it doesn't. And then finally. So
the thing with Kinlaw's redeeming quality, and the reason I'm high on him, not just because I really liked him before the draft, is because he's a physical specimen. Like, he has the physical ability. There's nothing lacking with him physically where you can't say he won't improve for this reason. Like, Mike McGlinchey has a couple of flaws. Like, he has slow hands. He doesn't anchor. He has slow feet. He doesn't really anchor that well. So you know why he plays right tackle, even though he's really athletic and a good run blocker and really good puller, and they can do a lot of different things with how athletic he is as a run blocker. In straight pass pro, he struggles because of that. With Kinlaw as a defensive tackle, when you look at him physically, stout against the run, violent hands, plays angry,
fast,
huge, strong.
yeah.
Right. Hustles, everything you say.
Yeah.
Well, coaching has to refine this guy because there's not a lacking thing talent-wise where you can say Javon is not going to make it,
Yeah, and what I think what Robert Saleh would say is, look, wait till we get our edge rushers back.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till quarterbacks are forced to step up in the pocket. Boom, there's your production. Right now, he's in a position where he not only has to beat the guy in front of him, but he has to get deep in the pocket because the quarterbacks can hang back. Because as good as Kerry Hyder is, it's not like people are afraid of him or he's getting back there so quick.